welcome to another live stream today. I couldn't wait to get on today to show and to play around with Spitfire Audio's latest addition to their original series, the Firewood Piano, and that's what I've got going on right here. Okay, so this is Simeon Ambergy with PraiseTracks.com, and I'm so glad to be sharing this with you today. I knew something was coming. We all knew something was coming. We didn't know, and then it hit today, and I said, man, we've got to just jump on that while we can. But when I saw what it was, I heard the little teaser, and I said, oh man, we're going to get a non-felted piano, but this is a really unique piano for sure, and it is the Firewood Piano, and it's based on a Krakeuer Brothers Spinet that was owned by Jonathan Fraites of the Lumineers in Colorado. They're a folk band out of Colorado, and this is his personal piano, and it had been in the family for so many years, and it had a crack in the bridge, and so the piano tuner said, well, this piano is good for nothing but firewood. So that's where the name came from. But you know, it sounds really great. It sounds really kind of it's just got that stuff, that vintage stuff on it that we love. And so if it's your first time here, man, just go ahead and subscribe and click on notifications, because like today, you never know when I'm going to jump on here and share. I've got I'm just so excited. You know, if you've read some of my posts, you know, we've got some non-musical things going on, but it's so great that we have so many opportunities to share these really cool tools with you. So just like with every other Spitfire Originals and some of the latest ones, it comes in the Spitfire player. The Spitfire player, the custom player, you have the overall expression and then the dynamic range, and this is where you would go to set the set the velocity response. If it's all the way down like this, you're going to get some of those lower velocities or those lower dynamics, but then you pull it all the way up, and that's the real hard velocities. So I'm just going to check, make sure we've got everything going. Yes. Okay. And I like to have that setting right around the middle part there. So that gives me a good feeling, and with this SL88 Grand. And you hear a little buzzing every once in a while when you hit some keys. And that's that cracked bridge and some of those crazy things happening with this. And the reason I started with I'm Still Standing is my wife and I last week, we rewatched the movie Sing, and it's one of our favorite animated movies. It's got a lot of fantastic music, and that was one of the scenes shows the character playing an old Spinet upright piano, and it reminded me, when I saw this, I said, this is the piano. This is like that. It's just got that feel. It just has that same sound and feel, so I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, so let's go ahead and get on into some more details here. So as we look at the player, you have, the expression and dynamics, and then you have settings for the reverb, the tightness, and the reverb, the tightness, the hammer noise, and the pedal. Basically, you have it just duplicated down here as well, and you can just close. You can close this up, and then you can still have access to these controls, and it just makes it a little more compact. So I'm just going to blow that up again. You've got two mic positions and a pad setting, and so I'm just going to pull up just the Firewood preset, the first one, and I'm going to put my dynamic there. I'm going to turn the reverb off, and then I'm going to turn the close mic on by itself. And the close mic is a set of condensers just set over the piano. Now, what makes a spinet? Yeah, just listen to that. I'm just going to play a little bit here and just kind of again just get settled in. Here we go. And this is just with the close mic without any reverb. Yeah. I love it that they gave us this pure, just the pure sound of the piano. So it's not like a felt, necessarily targeted felt, but you've got this beautiful, nice tone. And you have controls over the tightness. Now the tightness sets the sample start time. And I'm going to go ahead and turn the tightness all the way off here. Now let's turn it all the way over. Yeah, so that just kind of gives you a little bit of different dynamic. Now, of course, you've got the hammer noises. But the thing is, okay, so like we had the hammer noises in cinematic piano, and it was almost too much. And so you've got a little more control over that. And then also the pedal noise. So here we go. Yeah, you can hear that pedal. And so, you know, I just use those as little seasonings because you don't want to hear them too much. So that's the close mic. This is the close mic. D flat it is today, you know, it's just really cool. But I love that. And see I guess the Lumineers is like it's a folk rock band. And so this has just got that real nice vintage piano sound. Yeah. And a spinet, let me just share with you about the spinet. You know, so if those of you who've never played or seen a spinet before, it's shorter. Like the consoles are a little bit taller, and then you have, you know, taller uprights like the Yamaha U4s. But a spinet is real short, and so it has rods that push up on the action. And it was like when I was traveling with the local singing group from our church, we were at a church that had an old spinet, and it had those rods. And all of a sudden, while I was playing this, the rods had dry rotted and started popping as I was playing. So it was like this spinet was breaking down, like right during the service. And it was like, oh my gosh! But the spinet has just a nice tight little sound. Just a tight little sound. And it's just nice and tight. So let's go back. Let's go back to the mic positions. So, okay, let's go on to the mid mics. Now, the mid mics are a little different. Well, if you go to pracetracks.com and click on news, there's a lot of information about the backstory of this piano, and I'll put the links in the description. It's a lot of cool things about this piano. And so the mid mic The mid mic is set a little farther out with a pair of condensers, but it's mixed in with a mono signal. So they've taken a mono signal and mixed it with the stereo pair. So let's play around. And again, this is without reverb. I'm not using any reverb or anything. No EQ. I'm just going to double check and make sure there's no EQ. There may be a little sound maximization going on, but I just want you to hear how nice and clean this, well, as clean as a vintage Krakeuer Spinet can sound. So here we go. Okay. Wow, you don't know where this is taking us. And see, that just still has that same cool character. So you go from something improv to Mandolin Rain and Nothing from Nothing, little Billy Preston. So it's like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so that's the sound. That's the sound. That is the sound of that that raucous. Oh yeah. That's fantastic. Yeah, and so this, yeah, you guys, this is the first time I've been, well, you know, the piano's not been out for, you know, not even 12 hours, and it's like amazing. It's about 7 gigs of total size for the library. Yeah, so that's what I like. I'm so glad that they gave us these clear, nice and clear options. Now, this is just the first preset. This is just the first preset. Yeah, you hear what I'm saying? The first one. And so you've got 5. You've got the Firewood, the basic Firewood. You've got Firewood and PAD. We haven't heard the PAD yet. You have felt. You have felt and PAD, and then warps. I've not heard the felt or the warps, but while we're still here at the Firewood, I just want to just let you listen to the PAD. And here again, it's just that little extra extra bonus. that we have to just add some more color and flavor. I'm going to just play the pad by itself, and then we'll combine it with some of the other microphone positions. And as you hold the pad, it sort of evolves a little bit. It's just nice, swirling types of things. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and add the close mic back, and let's put some reverb on there. Yeah, wow. It almost sounds like wind chimes and things going on. And I know we've got a lot of, there's a real high CPU use going on here with this, I think it's a combination of the pad and different things. I notice, yeah. So that's the little crackling that you're hearing, and this is the first release of this piano. So I'm hoping that you know they were able to bring some CPU updates, improvements to some other cinematic pianos, and so I'm hoping that it comes to this one too. It's just I think it's just a combination of the pad and different things going on. It's pushing that CPU up, but you know what? We'll muddle through this. Not muddle through it. We'll just enjoy it and ignore that. And I've you know, made some adjustments to the engine. Well, I've got 256 voices. Let's go ahead and put it back down to 128. And then my preload buffer size, let's just go to 48,000. Just to make sure we can load everything in there. Yeah, that might help some. It just fills in a lot of the harmonic layers and just gives it some dimension. And then with the reverb, it's great. Now I'm gonna just turn the pad down a little bit and let's add the mid mic back in. And see all of these different changes that you can do, all these different things you can do and save it as a user preset. So somebody asked me, somebody just asked my system specs. I've got the Intel i9-9900K with 64 gigabytes of RAM, and everything is on SSD. I've got 2 NVMe drives that have some storage, and I think this is actually, well, this is actually running off the Spitfire USB 3.1 SSD. But I try to load as much as I can into memory because, you know, why not? If you've got that memory, just load it in there. This is just fresh. It's just got that new car smell going on. And see, when you put that mid mic in, it just gives it another dimension. Isn't that neat? That's really a cool sound. I've got Christian fingernail syndrome. Yeah, see, it just pulls it out of you. It just pulls it out of you. Okay, so let's go on to the the other sections, the felt. Let's just listen to the felt treatment. Okay. And so we've got a little mix already pulled up for us. Yeah, this is really live. This is as live as you're gonna get here. Man. Okay. Man, thanks guys. Man, so good to have everybody with us. Okay, here we go. Here's your felt. Yeah. Wow. And so you hear more of the clickety-clacks of the action, and we can adjust those a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so someone asked, what is felt? And so it is a type of treatment that you can put on the piano that you actually put a piece of felt material between the hammers and the strings. So the hammers are hitting the felt that is up against the strings. So it kind of gives a muted sound to it. So it's not directly hitting the strings, it's hitting the felt before it hits the strings. Okay, now I've got the dynamics in the middle, but let's go ahead and pull it all the way up. Okay, with the felt here. So when you have it pulled all the way up, it's like no matter how hard you play the keyboard, it's going to be at the highest velocity level. And then when you pull it all the way down here, it's going to be at the lowest. So this kind of is, to me, it's similar to a velocity curve. It's like a velocity curve, modification. Sometimes you have to adjust the velocity curve so you can just play soft. So I'm going to mute the mic. We'll play soft and then we'll play loud. Having it right there in the middle gives you the opportunity to play softer and then build up to those louder notes. And you can really hear more of that in the, I'm just going to load the Firewood back up, just the basic Firewood, so we can hear what the dynamic slider does. Yeah, so that's really almost better to have it kind of in that lower range, so that way you can get those real soft, so you don't have to play the keyboard very hard. And it gives you some headroom to really ramp it up when you want to hit it. That's what I have to have. I have to have that as a keyboard player, as a piano player. I've got to feel that headroom. I've got to feel that I can play it soft and just kind of express it and then lay into it when I want to. There's not a worse feeling is that you're laying into the piano so hard to try to get more dynamics out of it and it's not there. So having that headroom really makes a big difference. it just helps with expression. To me, velocity scaling and is just another dynamic, and you know, just to have those moments where it's soft and loud, give you an opportunity to really lay into it when you want to and lay back when you need to. So let's go back to the felt and just kind of play with that some more. Man, lots of stuff going on. Let's see. You know, I don't hear, you know, the thing is, I think, you know, they recorded this in Colorado at the Colorado studios where the Lumineers record. And again, you know, you can read all about, there's a lot of detailed information on my website, praisetracks.com. And so you can go there and click on news and it'll be there. You know, so they really tried to create a very clean but vintage sound. So you don't have a lot of, you know, you don't have a lot of those hissy room types of sounds. You have, you just have a clean sound, but the piano itself is what brings the vintage vibe to it, because the piano was made in 1955, and so it's got some age, and it's a lot cleaner. So there's the felt, and then we've got felt and pad. And so it just, okay, so it's the close mic with the pad. Okay, so this is the close mic and pad together. Let's see what we can do. I love that richness down here in that low end, and you put that pad on there, and then you can bring in that high sparkle at the top. Yeah. Yeah, that's really nice. Okay, cool. So now let's get to the warps. Let's get to the warps. Now I've not heard this. I've not heard the warps yet. So let's just check it out. Okay. Oh, okay. So now look at this. Now you've got, so when I selected the warps, it gave me pad 1, pad 2, and pad 3. So let's take a listen. Let's just take a listen. Well, thank you guys. And again, if it's your first time here, we have a lot of fun, and I just enjoy it. So subscribe and click on those notifications. So here we go. We're going into the warp zone here. Felt, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Spitfire. just kind of sounds really out there. Really out there. Wow. That's amazing. Okay. Okay. Okay, now that's just pad, that was just pad number 1 and 2. Out of piano library, right? This just takes it to a different level. Okay, now I had an idea and we're gonna try this. Okay, so let's listen to pad 3. Let's just listen to pad 3. Yeah, so here's a different, okay, so this is like a, so that's a little percussive sounding. I want to just see. Yeah. Okay. But this sounds cool. Yeah. And listen to that. Listen to the decay on that. So now let's put all 3 together. And so you've got some sustaining and some percussive here. Okay. Yeah. So the modulation wheel controls that dynamic slider. Just a lot of room for creativity and sound design. Okay. For $29, this is just amazing. It's just amazing. Okay, so I'm going to try something, and I'm just kind of crazy that way, because I like this pad. I love UNIFY, and if you've not heard of UNIFY, it is a fantastic plug-in in itself, but it's also a host. And I'm going to load this up, and I don't know where this is going to go, but what I want to do, I want to load a couple of instances of, so let's go to Spitfire, and I'm going to load Firewood, but I'm going to put another one. I'm going to put 2 of them in here. I'm going to add another instrument layer, and then let's load another instance of the Firewood. So now I've got 2 Firewood pianos here. Yeah, every piano's got its own signature, and that's what makes them. That's what makes it so special. I think of it as a box of crayons. So sometimes you have a box of 8 crayons, and then you have the big box of crayons with the sharpener, and this is what we kind of have here. Okay, there it is. There you are. So now we're going to be able to hear both of these. One is playing the regular Firewood piano, and then this one's going to add the warps to it, just as a second instrument layer. Okay. This just opens up so many more possibilities. what's better than one Firewood piano? Two Firewood pianos. Wow. Listen to that. There's just so much going on. I'm going to just hit that chord again. Yeah, and you just hear everything going on. And I need my chair. My chair needs to get oiled here. I love UNIFY. I love UNIFY, and I'll have a link to UNIFY in the description below too. Because with one thing with UNIFY too, you can use it to create ensembles out of the BBCSO and the Discover. They're getting ready to release a brand new pack that is going to feature some fabulous ensembles for the BBCSO instruments here. Now let me just okay. So do the pads react to the modulation wheel like the cinematic one? And I think it does, but let's just double check that. So I'm just going to turn off the mic, and so we just have the pad. Yes, it does. So it responds to, okay, so that's the warps. So let's go back to the Firewood piano, and we'll turn that off. And yeah, so it responds to the modulation wheel just like, so it can just be dynamic. Yeah. So when you're holding a note, it doesn't respond. You need to re-trigger it. So you re-trigger it, and then that responds. But when you just hit it and move the modulation, it does not do anything. But it only does it when you re-trigger it. So when you re-trigger it, it catches up to where that is there. Okay. Wow. That's great. It's really a nice sounding piano. Okay, I'm going to turn the pad off again, and then I'm just let's just soak this with the reverb and see. Oh man, I'm just going to turn this reverb all the way. Even with the reverb turned up, even with the reverb turned all the way up, it's not overwhelming the piano. I see the rain outside, it's falling. I see the rain outside and it's falling. Tearing down the leaves from the trees, it's falling down. It's falling down on me. I see the rain, it's falling down. I see the rain, it's coming down, it's coming down. But I know the sun is hanging around. You never know that the sun is around, even though the rain is coming down. The sun is hanging round, even when the rain comes down. That's what I have to believe. Yeah, 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 yeah. You never know what's going to happen. You never know. It's just that that deep, that real nice and Greek. It just pulls something. It just pulls something out. And it's been raining. I think overnight we've had like 2.5 inches of rain. So I guess I've got rain and leaves on my mind here. Wow, wonderful, wonderful. This has just really been fun. And then if you have any questions, always leave them in the comments below. And I'm just very honored and privileged to be able to share with you guys. And I just thankful to Spitfire for just continuing to really bring out some really wonderful creative products and libraries for us. And just a heads up, Abbey Road 1 is coming. It's coming very soon. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to be to take a look at that one. Wow, yeah. Water on the inside and the outside too. Oh man, you see what you've done? There's water on the inside and the outside too, but I'm not worried at all. I'm not gonna fret, I'm not gonna fall, because even though the rain is coming down, the sun is hanging round. Oh, yes, it's hanging around and it's gonna come out real soon. Oh, I love it, I love it. Wow. Well, one of the things that I'm excited about putting the Garriton CFX Abbey Road in the Abbey Road 1 orchestra. Just to hear that, that's going to be really pretty cool. Man, wow. Oh man. So, thanks for joining me today. It's just, if you've got any more questions, I'm just going to try to just kind of look and see what we've got going on here. If you've got any more questions while we're live, we'll just do our best to keep playing some. Yeah, see, we're getting the remnants of Zeta. Hurricane Zeta just kind of came up through Louisiana and is just... See, here we go. We can just sit here and just play and share all day. And I've got the reverb turned up, but it feels natural to me. It just feels a little natural to me. Okay. But then it just brings that out. Man. Wow. Might as well throw some pad on there. Yeah, so they've done a great job. So links are going to be down in the description. I'll link the article that's on our website as well, so you can read about all the different information, all the backstory. I love the backstory on instruments. And again, it's available today, $29 at spitfireaudio.com, and it's great. And I am so thrilled to be doing it. Yeah, man. All right, so thanks for joining me. And this is Simeon from PraiseTracks.com. And remember, even when the rain is coming down, the sun is hanging around. Yes, it is. All right, we'll see you soon. Thanks for joining me.